Howdy, my name's Stan Partuse, and this is a score. The show on boss battles where we score each team from the previous battle. Tonight, we're looking at battle number 6, the first in our Tier 2 series, where Big Top takes on MCDM's Hobgoblins, and the adventure is called A Spirited Rebuke. So we have 10 different criteria that we rate the teams on. Let's put them up here. We got 5 subjective criteria and 5 objective criteria, as you can see. Give you a second to absorb those, and then we'll move on. All right, so let's go to the subjective criteria first. Number 1, role play. And Team Big Top got a 4.23. That's pretty dang high. Down slightly from their score last time, 4.35. 3 of the characters all dressed up. There was some witty or not so witty banner. I don't know. It would be hard to surpass that score. Let's see if some of the other teams take up the challenge. Next up, originality. Big Top gets a 3.61. That's up slightly from 3.26. I wasn't sure if we were going to see that. I think it's going to be increasingly hard to do more original stuff, right? We've seen the team before. We're going to use some of the moves. Those might be good for winning battles. Are they good for watching? I don't know. Now, some of the ways, I guess, maybe they could increase the originality, use the environment in an interesting way, bring new class features, and I think that's what accounts for the up here. Dr. Bonk really came online, and so we saw some interesting stuff. I think also the Cleric Cranin came online with real cleric stuff. Maybe some other ways that people could up their originality. Social solutions, we haven't seen any of those yet. Maybe they aren't going to work. I don't know. All right. Category number 3, teamwork. Big Top gets a 3.8, up from 3.28. And I don't know. They did some pretty awesome teamwork. I think anytime you got 2 support characters, we get a Bard and a Cleric, you're going to see that as a high score. Bard was handing out inspirations. Cleric with that massive Spirit Guardians, it also kind of buffs, slows characters down, slows monsters down, in addition to doing damage. Great job with the teamwork. Number 4, this is, this is a new one we put in, Class Excellence, and we changed it up from one of our criteria last time, and so they got a 4.15. Did the characters exemplify the best of their class? Did they reinvent their class in a new way? So we changed that out from player courtesy, and I guess people just couldn't understand what player courtesy was, and I can relate to that. I remember one time as a young barbarian when my old dad, who common wasn't his first language, he comes to me, Stan, what the does courtesy mean? So yeah, some people just don't get it. Anyhow, I digress. All right, number 5, subjective criteria, our last one, fun factor. Big Top gets a 3.76, and that's down slightly from a 3.93. Again, the same considerations with originality. How do you keep the fun rolling when you're rolling out the same party? Can viewers get attached to the characters, or do they just get bored? I don't know. Let's see. We'll see as the tier progresses. Okay, that's it for the subjective criteria. Moving on to the objective one. Number 1, party damage as a percentage of the total damage done in the adventure. This time, Big Top scores a 3.25. That's down fairly significantly from a 4.2. That's a 23% drop. I think that's reflected by just how tough those Hobgoblins were. Old Lord Varrox, he put a hurt on a couple of the players, and there was a great combo move by the Hobgoblin Wizard and the Fire Runner that also did a lot of damage, and I think that's reflected here. Okay, number 2, hit percentage. This also was a change. Big Top this time got a 2.65, down from a 3.8. That's a 30% drop. Old Zajac did a calculation, and the average armor class for the last adventure was like a 12.3, and the average armor class for this adventure was 16 point something. Armor class goes up, hits go down. It's an inverse relationship. I'm not surprised to see it. Didn't know if the change in in class or levels would even things out. This time they didn't. We'll have to be watching that number as the tier progresses. Do other teams experience that drop in hit percentage? Okay. Moving on to the third objective criteria, the percentage of time that the party can force opponents to fail save. We include this one as a measure of spell casting, and Big Top got a 3.85, and that's actually up from a 3.3. I'm not sure what accounts for that. Maybe it's just dumb luck. One thing that I was thinking that this criteria does not measure is damage done by spells that just don't require saving throws. Puff used the Cloud of Daggers second time he used it, and I can see why. Just blammo. There you go, sir. Some damage right in your face. Similarly, although there's this saving throw with Spirit Guardians, that son of a gun, still unloaded a lot, even when the monster save. So that's one thing we're not accounting for. I'm not surprised. I don't think old Zajac and Egan are really that on the ball. But there you have it. Okay, moving on. Number 4, the battle success. So, did the team succeed? Did they defeat the bad guys? Yes, they did. So they get a 5 out of 5. I kind of think that this one is maybe a little bit of a lame one, a little participation trophy. There you go. You defeated the bad guys. Well, that's your job. You're a professional adventurer. Why are you getting points for it? I don't know. I didn't invent the rules. Moving on. Number 5. Monster success. This is a new one. We subbed it out for time considerations. So this is, did the monsters do significant damage? You start out at a score of 5 and get deductions if the monster is either bloody a character or knock him unconscious. In this adventure, 2 of our characters got bloodied. So let's put it up on the board. See who took a shellacking, and it's Dr. Bonk and Hunter TRB. But I have to say they gave as good as they got. That Hunter, he did give a spirited rebuke at the end, and you couldn't take anything away with Dr. Bonk. He unloaded a boatload of damage on those guys. So you give it, you take it. That's the barbarian way. Good job, guys. Way to go. Okay, so you add all those scores together. The 5 subjective, the 5 objective, and then we double it. And so we come up with a score that's a total out of a possible 100. And so Team Big Top in their first battle at Tier 2 got a 76.6, and that's almost exactly the same as they got the last time. A 76.04 they got for Tier 1. Some of the things that changed, I think teams are going to get a little bit of a boost by the monster success. I think just by the nature of how that score works, you'd really have to get your bell rung to get a low score there. And there was a couple of changes. I think it's going to be hard again to keep it rolling with originality and role play. So we'll see how those impacts play out in Tier 2. That's it. For Battle 1, Tier 2, congratulations, Big Top. You're in first place. All right, we'll see you next time.